In today's video I will show you how to load GLTF models or GLB models in React Native's new architecture without any third-party library, and we will be loading these GLBL models from our project or from our assets directory itself and not from network. If you are curious on how to load it from network, I have already made a video about it. Go check that out. And this video is only for Android because I have already made an iOS video of this as well. So if you are interested in that, you can check that out as well. The previous video which I made like at the very start in March of 2023, like I was facing a lot of issues for Android, and I have able to resolve all those issues. That's why I'm making this new video for now. Yeah, let's get started. So as usual, I have created a React Native application, and the first thing to enable the new architecture is you will just have to go to Android, go to Android Gradle.properties, search for new arc enabled, and make this as true. Once you make that as true, to download any GLTF model, you can go to this GitHub repo. Then suppose you want the Fox GLTF model which I just shown, so you can just search for Fox GLTF binary and download this file. Also, I want to show you that if you I'm using this GLTF viewer website, and if you see inside my emulator, I am showing this running animation. Now how to know what kind of animations this GLTF binary has? So what you can do is you can just open this animation, and here you can see there are 3 animations for this Fox. So if I check the walk animation, it starts walking. If I check the run animation, it starts running. So in Android you have to pass values as 0, 1 and 2. So 0 would be for survey, 1 would be for walk, and 2 would be for run. I will show you where exactly you need to pass this value. Okay, and also you will have to go to this Google filament repo, and you would have to download this file. So just go to this URL over here. Now this file would be, because we need to display a background image to our scene as well, otherwise your 3D model will be entirely black and you won't be able to figure out whether our 3D model is been displayed or not. So the background, I think some kind of a building or something which you see, is because of this images. So let's get started. So what you have to do first is you will have to create this folder called RTN 3D renderer. Next, inside that you will have to create package.json. Now I have copy pasted this from docs, so if you are curious, you can go to Fabric Native Components and copy it from there. Now all you have to do is change this name over here, change this name and change this name. Next, inside the next, create a JS folder. Inside that I will create a TypeScript file, and make sure you name it properly. And again I have copy pasted this from docs. Only thing changes this file name with extension, because we need to pass the file name to our native code as well as the animation count. So here you will have to pass 0, 1 or 2. Okay, and if you don't know whether a GLTF model contains an animation or not, you can just use this website to know whether a particular GLTF model has animations or not. And this name has been changed. Next, inside Android, create build.gradle file. Again I have copy pasted this from docs. Only changes this apply plugin Kotlin Android. This namespace has been changed, and I have added this Kotlin standard lib. Also you need to add these 2 dependencies for filament, which will help us to render 3D models. And also I have added this lifecycle runtime, because I want to use that lifecycle scope inside our project. Next, create src main. Inside that, create first this assets folder, and I have dragged and dropped this fox.glb model, but if you have different GLB or GLTF model, you can drop it. And I have also drag and drop this 2 files which we have downloaded from the filament directory. Next, inside Java, go to com RTN 3D renderer. First, create this 3D renderer package.kt. Again I have copy pasted this from docs. Only this name has been changed, this has been changed. Next, create the manager class. Again I have copy pasted this from docs, and make sure you change the name everywhere. If okay, over here, then over here as well. And we have 2 props, so file name with extension. So I have overridden that method, as well as the animation count. and I'm just calling the setup method, which is defined inside the 3D renderer.kt. Same over here as well. Next, if you go to 3D renderer.kt, I'm first taking a linear layout. Also, I am extending lifecycle event listener, and here we are first loading our filament engine. Next, we will be getting the file name and animation index from our props, and like this is boilerplate code which I have just copy pasted from the filament directory. Next, we have to add this lifecycle event listener because we are extending lifecycle event listener, and here we are just setting our layout params to linear layout. Then we require a surface view to render 3D models, and then we are adding it to our linear layout as well. Now again, this is boilerplate code for our filament code to work, filament library to work, and I have set up some touch listener as well. Next, inside setup, so this is called from the manager class, and I'm just assigning whatever prop value we get. Then we create the renderables in direct light as and configure viewer, and on host resume we call post frame callback. On host pause we remove it, as well as on host destroy we remove it. Then inside configure viewer, like again I don't know much of this, but I think it is used to set the render quality and anti-aliasing, all that stuff. Like these are like 3D model concept which I'm not really familiar with, but like I have just copy pasted it from docs. And this is for creating indirect light, but here make sure if you have changed the name for this assets, make sure you change it over here as well. Okay, next, here we are reading our compressed assets from our assets directory, and here we are creating our renderables. Again, I'm not really sure what exactly is happening over here, sorry about that. And here we are creating our frame callback. So this is for doing animation. So if you check, I'm passing the animation index over here. Suppose if you, so this fox has 3 animations, right? So 0, 1 and 2. Suppose you pass something like 3, 4 and 5. For that I have already added a check, so if you are passing any wrong values, your animation won't play. Okay, so that's it for Android side. Next, what you have to do, go to build.gradle. You have to add this apply plugin Kotlin Android, as well as you will have to add implementation Kotlin standard lib. Next, go to this build.gradle. You have to add this Kotlin version, as well as this class path over here. I think that should be it. Yeah, next what you have to do is go to your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, and then run this command. So this is the folder which we have created. Once you do that, you will have to do cd ... It will move you outside your React Native project. Then you will have to run this command. But here what you have to change is, so my project name is RNApp, so change it to whatever your project name is. So change it over here, as well as over here, and this is our folder name which we have created. Next, you will have to cd to Android and then run this command. So this will create code gen for our fabric model, and to use it you can just import it something like this, and just create this component and pass the same name which you have added it inside the assets folder. Okay, so be careful about that. The fox.glb, and the animation count is 2. So suppose if I make it as 0, here you can see it got updated. If I make it as 1, it will get updated as well. So here you can see it is working. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.